ELI5 Why there are so many species of almost all animals and bugs, but only one species of humans? So like, you know how we barely get along with ourselves? Being the same species and all? Yeah, there were other humans, so to speak. Now to take the answer further, we are extremely social and have long lifespans. This is all that is really preventing us from deviating into separate species. If for example nobody ever went to or left Japan for a long enough time, many generations, at some point they would be genetically different enough that they could not have fertile offspring with the rest of the world, making them a different species technically. At a very high level, as animals get larger there are fewer organisms and they take up larger territory, so there is less specialization to niche habitats and a smaller number of species. Compared to insects, there are very few apex predators, large herbivorous mammals, whales, etc. The number of large apes would compare reasonably to those other. Humans feel more different from other large apes because we turned an evolutionary corner with our large brains that allowed tools, speech, agriculture, etc. God. We are uniquely created. No evolution. Our conscience is unique to humans. Animals have no concept of justice or the future. Once you leave public school you will learn that cosmologists admit intelligent design, scientifically impossible to create everything from nothing. Creation is proof of a creator, and if you are honest you realize that you are one of a kind with DNA unlike any life form to ever exist, spiritually aware, in tune with your surroundings and other humans. You are truly special. Actually, not very long ago, say 400,000 years, and if we define all members of the genus Homo as human, there were as many as 8 other species of humans alive on Earth. Since anatomically modern humans, aka Homo sapiens, has been a distinct species, we had at least a few cousins sharing the world with us. There were Homo neanderthalis, Homo denisona, Homo floresiensis, Homo luzonensis, late Homo erectus, Homo naledi, and possibly Homo longii. Some of the others existed as we were emerging. Other species of genus Homo such as Heidelbergensis, Erectus, Rudolfinensis, Naledi, Neanderthalensis, Floresiensis all lived alongside Homo sapiens until quite recently. Like 5 minutes ago on evolutionary time scales. God turned his back for a moment, and when he looked again to reach 7 billion Homo sapiens with shit-eating grins, and the other species are all corpses. The exact mechanics of how this played out are an open question, but I think it's pretty clear what went down. There are a lot of things that cause a species to separate into different species. Even when they apply to us we ignore them. If 2 people have incompatible genetics that can't create a child but could with others like them, then you might call them a different species if it were another animal. Some different species are only separated by mating behaviors when they could in fact create offspring. Meanwhile, humans somehow managed to overcome this boundary. Things like spiders usually live for around a year. That's 70-80 generations per human lifetime that all have an opportunity to adapt and change from the previous generation and eventually evolve into a new species over time. So 2 groups of identical spiders that find themselves in different regions ecologies will adapt and may become 2 different species way faster than humans. Simplest answer? Because the homogeneous species seem to really enjoy wiping out the competition. May the best evolution win currently, sapiens reigns supreme. When the next step past Homo sapiens comes for this and accept your place in history. Someone walked so we could run. We ran so that they fly. For species to diverge, you need some sort of population separation, otherwise all the genes just mix up again. When hominids started to populate the globe, any attempt at speciation, e.g. Neanderthals, got merged back into the gene pool. And it looks like previously diverged, closely related species were outcompeted. Because humans have always, since we left Africa, stayed tight. We always kept lines of communication and trade open, and we always interacted. There has never been groups of humans that stayed isolated for long enough to speciate. And that is a beautiful thing, because it tells you our real nature. Sapiens is our species. As for other species in the Homo genus, well, there were a bunch, but the others disappeared around the time Sapiens came on the scene. While there is genetic evidence of interbreeding, the others most likely died out as a direct result of competition with us. Humans crossed oceans and interbred or outcompeted rivals. There were many other species of humans, some existing simultaneously throughout the last few 100,000 years, including Neanderthals, Denisovan, etc. There were at least a half dozen other human-like species 100,000 years ago. We basically wipe them out either intentionally or unintentionally, still working that out on a case-by-case basis. There are no other species currently in the Homo genus, but we interbred with a few of the species, so they're part of us. However, we are primates, so we do have all primates as relatives. There are tons of primates. Humans are part of the great apes, same as gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, etc. Other great apes similar to humans died off like Neanderthals, etc. because we kill anything that threatens us. Hell, a lot of us humans want to kill off entire subsets of our own species because of stupid differences like skin color. Humans are primates, and there are around 500 known types of primates, who are all as closely or more closely related to each other than all the types of spiders. You've got a lot of the science side of this. But the other side is, if you believe in this sort of thing, that we were created by a divine being. There are more species like us. We killed them. I have to type some extra words here because replies must be a certain length. Homo sapiens killed the other ones. If you think that's far-fetched, how often does Homo sapiens try to kill other Homo sapiens? We're a species of ape. The other species of different animals are similarly related to their larger species as we are. If it makes you feel any better, humans are considered greater ape while the gibbon is considered a lesser ape. We ate the others. And the ones that didn't get eaten, we mated with them. Creating the mutants we are now.